You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, NBC Soap fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I want to talk about how unhinged and awful that EJ DiMera has been lately. I think he is on the cusp of wrecking his marriage to Nicole Walker as he seems to get worse by the day. Let's talk about what he's doing and how much worse it's about to get on the soap. But if you haven't subscribed already, we'd love if you would do this. Thank you so much. Now let's dig into this mess on Days of Our Lives. So EJ DiMera's latest foul deed is to target all his rage on an innocent young man, Tate Black. Poor Tate has been used by Holly Jonas ever since she showed up in Salem as early October 2023 recast. They've been around for just a few months. She was crushing on Johnny DiMera and was twisting Tate around her little fingers. And this is not the first time she offered him drugs, if you recall. She offered him weed one of the first times they ran into each other, I think, out in the park. Tate refused, just as he refused again when she showed him the pills at the New Year's Eve bistro party. And then she lied and said they were ADD pills she got from someone at school. Maybe she lied, or maybe that's what she was told that they were. But the bottom line is not pills she should be taking, not prescription pills. And that was fresh off Holly getting drunk alone because her mom ditched her on her birthday and during the Christmas holidays. And, you know, Nicole knew her daughter was self-medicating with alcohol. And that's something that she should have talked to EJ about, since he is so thoroughly and yet wrongly convinced that Tate brought this trouble to Holly and not the other way around. Not only is EJ wrongly accusing Tate, but he also lied and said the kid was a flight risk. And he's charging him as an adult when there is nothing but circumstantial evidence against him, and frankly, not even a lot of that. Remember when Brady tried to confess and Rafe said he would drug test him to prove he had no opioids in his system? So why doesn't Rafe test Tate for drugs? And so he can tell the unhinged DA, okay, the kid hasn't been doing drugs, he's completely clean. Everyone but EJ seems to realize he's going overboard and focusing on an innocent kid, a teenager who, by the way, cannot help that his parents were once addicts. But to be fair, they've also been clean for years. This is not EJ's only awful antics, though. EJ, I think, should not have refused Stefan's request for help with Clyde Weston. Let's not forget that EJ is also vigorously prosecuting his sister-in-law, Gabby Hernandez, for Lee Shin's murder, which, to be fair, it did look like she did, but he did not have to deny her bail. You know, she's cooling her heels off-screen in Statesville prison, and Clyde just had her leg broken. But EJ doesn't care. He doesn't seem to care about anyone lately except like one or two people that he decides are worthy of his attention. He does care about Nicole, but this week he's going to unleash on her and lose his temper with her about Eric Brady. Remember, former priest Eric has been dropping by to check on Nicole and his ex-stepdaughter Holly, who is in a coma. That's the thing that nice people do. But EJ has already walked away once when he saw Eric hugging Nicole. Platonically, by the way, not romantically, when Nicole was distraught at her daughter's bedside at the hospital. So EJ sees Eric visiting them again the week of January 8th, and he's going to lose it and snap at Nicole when she least needs to deal with his bad attitude. Currently, Nicole is very angry about the questions of whether Holly might have taken these pills on her own. She's in denial, but I mean, it's a fair question. And Rafe is planning on asking around at the high school to try and figure out if she really got the pills there and what they are. I definitely hope Rafe does some solid police work and finds out Holly did indeed get the pills at school, and that thoroughly exonerates Tate and shuts down EJ. But at the same time, EJ is going to lose it on Rafe if he does dig this up, because he'll accuse him of working against him as the DA. But frankly, I don't think Rafe much cares about what EJ thinks, considering how he has been doing his sister Gabby in terms of this prosecution. As for Nicole, I expect the shine is about to be off her new marriage after EJ unloads on her while she's grieving the loss of their child and also the possible loss of Holly, who remains in a coma. It is really, really bad timing for bad but typical angry EJ behavior. He wants to blame everybody else for what's going on. Frankly, I was clapping at my TV when Stefan reminded EJ he could have probably prevented this if he had helped him shut down Clyde before all this went down. Stefan's not wrong. Clyde is holding horrific leverage over both Stefan and Ava, forcing them to work for him. And EJ could have stopped it all. But he claimed, in my role as DA, my job won't allow it. I say BS to that. Given the fact that EJ is himself a drug dealer, not only does EJ have no room to talk about Tate or Stefan or Ava or anybody else dealing drugs, he should not be Salem's DA. Mayor Paulina Price made a rookie mistake with that move, as far as I'm concerned, given his dodgy past. So I still think there are worse things ahead, by the way. I expect Holly to wake up and confess they were her pills, but I expect EJ might still try and blame Tate somehow even after this, because that's just kind of the prat that he's being right now. This is all, by the way, very painful to me because Dan Feuerriegel is one of the hottest guys on days to my eyeballs now that Peter Porta is gone. And yet every time I see him lately, I just want to throw darts at his face. I mean, he's being a total creep. EJ, not Dan. Dan's just reading from the script he's given. I expect also that EJ has one more really horrible deed that he is going to carry out. It's something he's keeping in his back pocket, technically in his safe. We all know Eric Brady is the father of Nicole's baby, little Jude, that Sloan stole and illegally adopted with Eric. By the way, if you somehow still doubt it, for the record, there are 2 DNA tests that prove it. There was the first one that Sloan got her hands on, the one where Eric and EJ were both tested. Sloan read the results aloud before she altered the test to say that it was EJ's baby instead. Then Nicole got another copy of that test that's in the safe at the DiMera mansion. It is still sealed in the envelope, and we know it's the real results because EJ wrote the number 12 on it before Nicole chewed him out for writing on their baby's DNA results. So Sloan dropped by to drop off fake results. She wanted to swap them, but then she accidentally took the wrong one and shredded it, and EJ put the real one into the safe still unopened. So that's still the first DNA test. It's just one was altered and the second printout was not. So then there was another DNA test done that confirms the truth. This was done by Kayla at the hospital, and nobody even knew about it to be able to tamper with it. Eric agreed to submit Jude, his adopted baby, to a test without Sloan's permission just to stop Nicole's fixation saying, no, that's my baby. Of course, Nicole's right, but nobody believes her. So there wasn't even anybody that knew to tamper with it. Nicole submitted her toothbrush, but there wasn't enough DNA on it, so they decided to use EJ's DNA sample that was still on the file. And of course, it was not a match because it's not his kid. So no, unless they do a major rewrite, that is not EJ's baby. Nonetheless, I expect that that baby is going to come home to Nicole and EJ once the secret is out. And I expect EJ will at some point open that envelope and read the stunning truth. And then you know what? I expect EJ might threaten Sloan if the truth isn't out by then, and he's going to burn those test results. I just have little doubt that EJ will do everything he can to try and keep Nicole with him and keep that baby once they find out the baby's alive. She's going to be really angry at him over his drastic behavior, but in the end, keeping that lie hidden, the DNA thing hidden, will be what seals the deal and breaks their marriage for good once she finds out, I believe. Not an official spoiler, but that's how I think it's going to go, just because those real results are in the safe for a reason. And I definitely think that the baby stolen thing is going to come out in 2 parts. Once the baby comes back to Nicole, and second is the daddy reveal. All right, that's it. So what do you guys think about EJ's dark and spiraling behavior? Is he going too far, or do you think that he's acting appropriately, acting the way that he should? And hey, please click subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it so much, and definitely come back soon because I'm here every single day talking days of our lives. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.